Okay, so from Pontoon Brewing, it's in Sandy Springs, Georgia. We are going to have, and I'm not going to do a terrible impression, I promise, but it might leak out a little bit. Today, we are drinking the Cream of the Hop by Pontoon Brewing. I don't know why I was doing this, why I feel like Cream of the Hop needs to be, like, why Macho Man Randy Savage is Italian with the Cream of the Hop. I'm going to blow out my voice, and I need my voice to project for for marbles, so I'm gonna try and tone it back. But yeah, Cream of the Hop by Pontoon Brewing. Ooh yeah! I can't even do an ooh yeah very well. Macho Man Randy Savage, quote, "Our Orange Creamsicle Double IPA features a creamy, soft mouthfeel fermented on orange zest for a big citrus punch. We used Lotus, Mandarina, Bavaria, Citra hops to double down on the citrus and tropical fruit flavors and aroma. This beer comes off super approachable with the 8% ABV sneaking up on you like a Randy Savage flying elbow drop." And I think Pontoon's mascot is an otter. So the Cream of the Hop is a Randy Savage cream of the crop otter. I guess. I don't know. It's just wacky enough that I feel like it's perfect. Perfect to have on streams. Let's get it cracked open and try it out. This is one of those beers I saw it on the shelf and knew I had to buy it. Solely for the name and for the can art. If you guys have not seen the Cream of the Crop interview of Macho Man Randy Savage, we'll watch it on an ad break here at some point. It's pretty good. This beer looks very good. There's still some in the bottom. I wonder if we're going to have a little bit of gunk in there. But let's get it on the light. It looks like it will be very, very pretty. It's kind of foggy. Let me get my camera all situated. Nice. I could probably zoom out a little bit, but that's purty. That's real purty. All right, let me grab a picture and we'll give it a taste. So, Creamsicle IPAs, you know, we've had 2 IPAs in a row now. We had last week's was an APA, an American Pale Ale. But I do like Creamsicle IPAs. It's as weird of a name as it sounds. It's oddly common. I've had a few that are like Orange Creamsicle style, like creamy IPAs. It's not that weird, honestly. It sounds a little odd. And yeah, I don't know. I think this could be very similar to last week's, where it's like they're saying it's going to be approachable. I'm excited. I hope it's approachable because it sounds amazing. The other thing is it is an 8% beer. It's a tall can. So unless Niltiak gets home soon, it's going to be a fun stream. And only 630 ratings. So not a lot of people have had this. I'm one of 630 people that have rated this beer, or will be. So let's try it out. Cheers, everybody. Smells really good. It smells very, very good. Ooh. Whoa. Yeah, see, that's the weird part, Redcoat, is sometimes IPAs don't taste like... I don't know if that's what I'm tasting or not. Sounds good, Libby. This really does not taste like an IPA at all. I don't taste like any hops. What I'm tasting is like a sucker punch of orange. Like a really juicy artificial orange. Actually, you know, it kind of does taste like orange juice, But it's going to be a weird comparison because we're drinking beer. Kind of reminds me of like vodka and orange juice. You know, where it's like, it doesn't taste like you're just drinking orange juice. There's something else to it. A little off, a little, not off, not in a bad way, but something's going on. You know, you can taste the alcohol. 8% is probably the borderline that I would start being like, okay, this is a strong beer. I notice it. You know, a lot of times if it's 7 stuff, like I won't notice the fact that it's a higher percentage. But as you get into 8s, 9s, I mean, basically anything above 9 guaranteed. But I start to be able to just taste the difference. Sometimes that's a really welcome thing. And sometimes it's like, oh, it makes it really hard to drink. But this one, I think the jury's out on how easy of a drinker this one's going to be. Because it does, you can taste the alcohol, but it kind of also just tastes like I'm drinking orange juice right now. That time, I got hop flavors. I couldn't really place where they were before. Yeah, now I can taste it more. Now that I'm over the hump of the initial orange flavor, now I notice it a little more. It's weird because you get the orange juice really early, and as the orange juice goes away, what I thought was like this alcohol flavor that I was talking about is actually, that's where I'm noticing the hops come in. It's not crazy, Redcoat. Like, it's enough where I don't mind it, and typically, like, I'm not the hugest fan of hoppy beers and IPAs, but it really blends in well with the orange juice. It's hard to discern, I guess, which I would say is a very good thing. For a beginner IPA drinker like me, I think having that is important. That the hops kind of blend in. They don't dominate. They really don't dominate the aftertaste either. I don't notice too much, really, of any form of lingering aftertaste. A little bit of orange juice. Like, I would not want to go brush my teeth right now. Because, like, toothpaste and orange juice, terrible. Absolutely terrible. But I don't notice the...
Here we go!
Came all this way, had to explain. Direct from Chrome A Nose.
Came all this way. Chrome A Nose. Chrome A Nose, thank you for the 39-month resub. Spending your Bezos bucks on me. I appreciate it. Let's get some Ludburbs in chat for Chromanos, everybody. Oh, man. I was completely caught off track by that sub notification. No, it blends in really well with the orange juice. I don't notice it that much. I guess the first sips I didn't. Maybe now I will. We'll see. Chromanos is ready and raring for marble racing, I can tell. And I am too. I'm very excited. Yeah, you know, the more I drink this, the more I do taste that hoppiness, but it's not bad. It's not... Yeah, it's not that crazy. It's not that overpowering. Which I like. That is 100% a requirement for me when it comes to a beer like this. I'm going to pour the rest of this. Maybe we'll see some... Oh my god. I don't know if I wanted... I'm regretting pouring that in there. You guys saw that, right? I don't know how I feel about this anymore. I was not anticipating the entire rest of this can to be gunk. I'm very tempted to like go strain this beer out in the kitchen. That caught me off guard so much. Normally I don't mind. I don't mind a little bit of gunk. That was a lot of gunk. that was kind of a lot. No, it didn't say to roll it. And I was doing this, but it didn't say to roll it. I'm gonna make a judgment call here that I'm gonna go and I'm gonna strain this beer out. Here's the thing. I think this might be one of those, a product of having sat on the shelf for a little too long. Maybe the gunk has gotten a little bigger. Yeah. Yeah, if you could see the bottom of this glass right now. I can't tip it. I guess what I could do is I could do this. Oh, I don't know what that is, but I don't want to drink it. Yeah, so anyways, I'm taking an executive call. I'm gonna go strain this. You know what's amazing is I strained it, and now we've got like this perfect head on it now. Look at that. Doesn't it just look great? Actually, pouring it out, I could have just poured it into another glass because all that gunk just stayed on the bottom, but it looks perfect now. It actually looks amazing. Yeah, I feel like we almost need some type of alert on screen when there's a gunk alert or something like that, because that was a little intense. No, I think if I would have drank it out of the can, it all would have been in the bottom anyways. I should have just left it in the bottom of the can. Oh no. Yeah, that was a little unnerving. Hi, Mom. That is too much gunk for me to want. Again, I think it's just a product of maybe the beer sat just a little too long. It tastes fine. Honestly, that's been the thing I'm kind of struggling with right now, is coming up with what I want to do for a rating. Because I don't know. It's a very unique beer. And it looks very pretty. Yeah, you know, I think the amount of hops is very doable. I agree that they're saying it's approachable. It really is. There's still enough there that I would warn someone, you know, like, hey, this will taste hoppy. But it's very mild. That's where all the hop flavor went. Yeah, now it's just a normal beer. No, I had a beer in New York. I wish I could remember the name of the brewery. It's on my Untappd somewhere. Niltiak and I went there, and they only had like 6 beers on tap. And they were all some version of an IPA. So I was worried that I wouldn't find anything I liked. And then I had like I think it was like a New England IPA or something. And it was like very orangey. It wasn't creamy like this. But it was like, you know what? This is doable. Like, I'm okay with a certain threshold of like bitter hop flavor. This is 100% in that threshold. This is actually probably pretty low on that threshold. because the orange juice really counteracts it well. It makes it pretty pleasant, actually. But let me pull this up on Untappd and get to writing. Cream of the hop. I'm the cream of the hop. Oh, Coronado Brewing Company also made a cream of the hop. I think I had that when we were out there, but I didn't check it in. All right. What do I want to say about cream of the hop? Lurking while I eat dinner. Be back later for Marble. Excited. Sounds good, Bex. Thank you for the lurk. Enjoy your dinner. Loving all the people that are here already for Marbles. I'm so glad that there's excitement. Yeah, I don't know. It truly is like a very approachable orange creamsicle IPA. The creamsicle, I don't get the creamsicle flavors. I've actually had a few beers that do taste like an orange creamsicle, like milkshake or the ice cream. This one, it kind of just reminds me of orange juice. It's creamy in texture and consistency, but it's not really like the flavor, of like a sweet orange creamsicle. It reminds me just more of orange juice, honestly. Some really good local breweries down in Tampa. Yeah, Cigar City, is that one out of Tampa? I've had a few beers from there. I think I've had quite a few beers from Tampa before HBG. But I've never been. I'd love to come see it sometime. Okay. One more sip, and then I'm gonna write a review. Approachable IPA for the genre. Not a ton of creamsicle sweetness. It's kind of weird that creamsicle is an actual word. Like, my phone does not care about autocorrect for that word. Not a ton of creamsicle sweetness. Mostly orange juice. Mostly OJ. I'll save some character count. Mostly OJ. With very creamy texture. Mild hops at the end, but of manageable. I say I want to reduce my character count, and then I drop words like manageable. Recommend Florida Avenue Brewing Company and Coppertail Brewing Company. I'll look into them. It's pretty rare for me to be able to get beers from Florida up by me unless they're a big brewery. But I will definitely save them to my Untappd, and if I'm ever close by, we're actually going to be down in Gulf Shores in May. Maybe I'll see if any local places have beers from there, because that's pretty close. I mean, closer than I am now. Mild hops at the end, but a manageable amount. Really a good gateway to fruity, smooth IPAs. Hey, what's going on, Meg? Hello. Nice to see you. Florida Avenue sells a blueberry wheat ale called My Boy Blue. I think I need to get a sponsor. Hold on. Meg and I are both streaming, also watching YouTube. Your bandwidth is incredible, Bex. But I appreciate it. I always love having an extra viewer. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right. What do I want to rate this? I think I need another sip before I can decide that. You know, the more I drink it, the more I really like it. Maybe the 8%'s already getting to my head. But I do really like it. I don't know if I would ever like have more than one. I think for the novelty of it, it's great. Like it's just a funny beer. It's good. And it's a pretty good style. I don't know. I like these kinds of IPAs. Mostly because I always go in with the premonition that I won't like them. But there's actually a place in the Twin Cities that I've had like a triple IPA from before. That's like a creamy triple IPA, and I loved it. And it's like, I don't know what it is about some IPAs I really like, and some IPAs I don't, but I do really like this one. I think I think I know where I want it to be, and my flavor profile will be, if I can add orange. There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I have to say about the cream of the hop from Pontoon Brewing. This really is a super approachable IPA for the genre. Not a ton of creamsicle sweetness. It's mostly OJ with very creamy texture and consistency. Mild hops at the end, but a manageable amount. It's really a good gateway to fruity, smooth IPAs. I'm giving this one a 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5. Pretty high for IPAs for me. I said it was orange, it was creamy, it was juicy, and it was citrusy. Orange and citrusy kind of, they should be the same flavor profile. No, that's not true. Because you can have citrus that's not orange. Citrusy should just go away. Just say what fruit's in it. But that's it. Let's check it in. Alrighty. There we have it. Cream of the hop. Beer 565 from ya boy. And we are 630 of people that have checked in this beer, which is pretty cool. That's a pretty cool group to be in. And we're really close to the average ranking. The average ranking is 3.91, and we're at a 4. So my tastes are average. My tastes are average. But thank you all for joining me for this week's Blues Brews reviews. Next week, we will have another probably not nearly as exciting beer as this, but we always have new beers coming. So be sure to tune in for that. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Cheers.